What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 with our Soviet Union World Conquest. We are on the 1st of September 1941, and we are in the midst of the German invasion of the Soviet Union of our World War II campaign. Now, one thing I want to point out is, within the last episode, I guess I never really realized the invasion of Norway by Italy was going so well, but luckily I did have the foresight to place these 12 units of mountaineers, and so basically what I've done is I already had the front line, I created an offensive line, and I went ahead and I activated this. Now, I have no idea if we're going to be successful here. We should actually be successful. And that's because our Mountaineers are way more powerful than their infantry units, and we are fighting inside hills and mountain terrain. But it looks like our fleet of submarines is getting absolutely annihilated due to their level 1 battleships and battle cruisers. Now, these are the German Reichs. But all I really need is about one carrier, and I feel like we should be good to go. Let's also go ahead, and I noticed that the light cruisers that we're soon going to produce will be in the same ocean provinces, so that's good to go. Looking down at Turkey, the island of Rhodes is obviously owned by Italy, and I believe what's going to happen is if I don't set up some sort of blockade, I'm guessing, I am sending down my 12 units of light tanks, I'm guessing that, Italy is going to wreak havoc all across Turkey, and I don't want that to happen. Now, the only other thing I want to point out are these 4 Mountaineers are probably going to perish. Nothing I could do about that, and we are lacking around 70,000 equipment. So if I let the game tick on by, it says we are roughly 70 days behind schedule. Now, even though, we are going the opposite direction here. Is there anything I can do? And it's mainly because we're fighting on so many frontiers, but all I need to do is start getting our production efficiency just to skyrocket, and the sad part is we're about to unlock better weapons, which is going to absolutely annihilate the amount of weapons that we have, or at least the production efficiency. But I see that we are getting pushed back out of Yugoslavia, out of Romania. Obviously we're holding the line, but all we necessarily need to do is to essentially whittle down the German forces. They have total mobilization, which was really dumb of them, and they've only really got 1.6 million troops left before they run out of service by requirement. Taking a look at Italy, they of course have, they are literally almost out of manpower altogether, so they are going to have to go into service by requirement. And so that means they're taking people out of the factories and putting them on the front lines, and so obviously that is going to hurt their production. Alright, Nationalist Spain has, of course, entered into the war. This is not good for us. Now, I wish I could save these units, but sadly I don't think there's anything I could do. Looks like they have finally been killed. And I also want to just verify. So it says that our infantry equipment is slowly funneling on back. I don't know if I really believe that or if I don't believe that. But I'm probably going to need some Mountaineers. See, I wish I could actually, move around Thrace, but that's not really going to happen. I am looking around the map. Once I go ahead and I finally get a surplus of infantry equipment, I'll finally begin some sort of mass front line of units. We're building up some radar stations in Vladivostok. We are building up a lot of military factories to, of course, get more weapons. And it says, obviously, we're down 60,000. Let's go ahead and get more weapons. And the reason why I'm so concerned is once we unlock rank 3 infantry equipment, that production efficiency is going to absolutely plummet. So it looks like we just got even better anti-tank rounds, and I could even go to the 1942 variant, slow down the enemy's tanks, but I feel like one of the best options is to go ahead and get, the logistics company would be quite nice. It's 1942, though not necessarily there just yet. I believe in 1942 we should probably unlock the computing machine. Could unlock a variety. So we're already done with land doctrines. I feel like what we need to do is to go ahead and unlock the recon company. And if this works out according to plan, we'll basically have better tactics. So all we're doing right now is we're improving our infantry. Excavation will give us more resources. The better radar stations will actually be very useful. And I believe this is a rank 2 radar station. This is what rank 1 looks like. Oh my goodness, I don't know why this is glitched. So that's rank 1. And that's rank 2. Very garbage. So we're going to need to have rank 3 soon enough. Alright, I've got 500 experience and army experience. Sadly, I don't really have anything to use it with. I would like to also go ahead and to pump out some additional mountaineers. This is going to anger a lot of people. And let's put them on high equipment priority. We are down 85,000 weapons. And don't get me wrong, you know, we are going to eventually put those back through our production. But sadly, yeah, the number's dropping drastically, 78 days. And it looks like for the most part, most of the advancement has been halted. Is there any type of strategic air units that I could throw on down? Do we have any extra fighters? Yes, we do. We have actually like 1,000 extra fighters. So what we're going to do is throw in, I see that this unit can have up to 400. So let's go ahead and throw in 400 fighters. And if we can reach the Northern Balkans, we are obviously going to unleash a bunch of, you know, extra air power. And I'm going to need to go ahead and eventually upgrade my air doctrines. But what I would like to see happen is for Thrace to be taken, and then all of my mountaineers that I'm trying to produce, you know, very, very poorly. All of my new mountaineers are going to join the lines, and then they're going to conquer Thrace, and then eventually we'll probably reconquer Plovdiv, and then Sofia. But it looks like for the most part we are just doing very successful. And you know what I could do is, you know, all of these units are basically being thwarted. I'm wondering if this is a good idea to move across. I would gain more factories, but all I would really do is move up to this next river. You know what? I think we're going to do it. You're going to go here. You are going to go here. Actually, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Whereas you go like this. Oh, you know what? We should probably not do anything. And the reason why I say this is because we are out of equipment. And so might as well just hold the line. We are already entrenched. Any type of damage, you know, they try to inflict is not going to work for them. Though we would probably perform a heck of a lot better if all 3 of these units moved on up. And it looks like this front line here, all mountaineers, not necessarily in the best fortified position. And having better entrenchment would be very nice. Having better support weapons would be very nice. But we are now down to 60 days left of a lack of production. We're making about 100 and 200 infantry equipment a day. That's going to upset a lot of people when we switch over the production. Alright, non-aggression pact with Greece. No thank you. And it looks like what just happened is... you know, Thrace no longer really exists. So I'm curious if we should actually pull a fallback line. And I think that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we don't get annihilated, though. Yep, we have somehow been cut off. Like, what are the odds? Like, oh my goodness. I'm about to lose a lot of mountaineers, and there's nothing I can do about it. I need all of you guys to move here. And it looks like we have a research slot available. We're getting closer to 1942, but what I would like to do is get the engineering company. I would also like to go ahead, and field hospitals would be nice, but I feel like better defense all around would be our best priority. Now I'm hoping that we could somehow push our way into both sides and save these units. There it is. I don't know if it's going to stay that way. And I would like these 10 to move back. All of these units need to move back. We have now unlocked better radar stations, so let's go ahead and get Istanbul. Oh my goodness, we are about to lose some radar. And Vladivostok. All of these go to the top line. Still might as well unlock some better military factories. And we have a research slot available. Better radar would be very useful. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to start working on the PTRD, giving all of our infantry better heart attack and better piercing. And it's not really the best, but we have so many infantry units that it might actually be kind of useful. We are getting pushed back, and this is getting a little dangerous. I want all of these units to retreat. I see that other units are making their way in, which I do not want to have happen. Yeah, definitely getting pushed back here. Let's take these 12, push them across the river. I'm hoping that we don't lose Istanbul. But our infantry equipment is now at minus 54 days. Support equipment seeming to go down. Anti-tank seeming not to be able to, keep up with production needs. But like I said, very soon the German Reich, most likely, they got about 1 million men. But realistically, what is that, a year? A year from now, they're going to have to pull out more men from the factories. And I don't know if this is really, if they can keep up. I don't want to lose Istanbul. That would literally be awful. So what I'm going to do is automatically deploy all of those units. They're not necessarily the most experienced, but I am going to try to cover our butts with a powerful, I don't know about a field marshal. Let's go ahead and get Ivan. He's a general. And all we really need to do is basically just garrison on up. Man, we are getting pushed back. And I get that these are all mountaineers, and we probably need regular soldiers. But we just lack the equipment. We're lacking so much infantry equipment that this is going to be a problem. I'm wondering if we should cross into this area. And the reason why I say that is I know we're going to win. But I don't really want to, play aggressively when I'm so far entrenched behind a river. And the reason why is we're going to be losing a lot of infantry equipment, which makes me nervous as well. Let's continue to push. All of you will move here. You guys will move here. You guys will move here. And it looks like these 5 will move here. And all I really want to do is secure all the points. I would love to take Danzig, but it would be amazing to secure across this river. And then we would have a very fortified position. Yeah, we are definitely getting pushed back, and I'm curious enough to see if we can push on into this radar station to try to conquer that. I don't know, man. This is definitely going to be quite the challenge. Oh, this looks dangerous. Let's go ahead and retreat. No. All of you guys will go here. I don't know if this is going to work at all, but we can certainly try it. And it's definitely looking better. Luau going to fall. Everybody else still pushing through. Down 47,000 units, so 40 days until we finally have enough weapons. But don't get me wrong, even when we get a surplus of weapons, we're going to be efficient, but not necessarily where I'd like to be. If we could take Danzig, that would be amazing. I feel like there's going to be units there. There are units there. Alright, everybody continuing to push. I feel like we aren't going to be successful in the push against Danzig. I wonder, though, can I take one unit and push you across to secure the airfield? Oh my goodness, this is looking dangerous. All of these units are going to just chill here. Everybody else can just try to... I don't want to get cut off, and that's the issue. And it looks like we're trying our best to retreat. I'm hoping it's going to work. Alright, we never took Danzig yet, but we are working very hard and very diligently. All of you men will move forward. You guys will move. These 4 will move over. These guys can move in. These guys can move there. And so as you can see, we're starting to gain more river provinces, so we're going to be getting some better defenses. Let's go ahead and upgrade all of our air units. I'm guessing the best ones to do would be the fighters, so going from a 3A to a 3B. Let's pump out a lot of reliability, a lot of range, and I guess one into the engine. And just like that, going to be superior fighters, probably to the Germans as well. You're going to go down. Okay, so we were successful in this endeavor. If we could somehow attack from multiple angles, we would probably do a heck of a lot better. It says we're only going to last for 2 more days. I hope we could survive this. And it looks like we might be successful. There it goes. Danzig is now ours. And so all I want to do is continue the push. You guys are going to go here. You 3 are going to go there. I see that we are lacking troops. I would like these units to make their way over, but I guess they're too dumb to figure it out. Alright, we've got a lot of mountaineers. I feel like we're going to continue the push just a tad. And down 31,000 units of infantry equipment. Can we try to continue the retreat? I feel like if we could somehow retreat, we would probably do a lot better. I just don't want to get overwhelmed or anything like that. Alright, all of these units are finally making their way back. The game is unpaused. So now, all of you going to retreat once again. And all we really need to do now is let's take some extra units. And we might as well take these small forts and try to secure a nice perimeter. Is it going to work? I don't know. But we're definitely doing very well here. And I see that there's some forts already. So what I was planning on doing was building up to like a level 3 fort. All around this area. Alright, just like that, we are about to upgrade all of our infantry equipment. This is literally going to be dumb, but I think we need to do it. And let's actually also go to a closed economy, because we need a lot of resources. And so now all of our infantry equipment is getting a heck of a lot stronger. Though the amount that we're going to lose is going to be ridiculous. Alright, looking at research slots, we're now working on better support equipment, better anti-tank, and I suppose we could actually improve the artillery as well, so let's do that. We're getting very strong, very powerful, but all I really need to do is push all of these to the ground. And I see that we are going ahead and we're improving our area. So I want 2, 2, 2, 2. And once I take this province, I'll improve that as well. And that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, so far so good. Let's actually push these up to 2. And now we can move these to the top. It says we're improving Danzig, which I guess is just some of these areas, which obviously makes sense. I want all 30 of these units to survive, so let's do a small retreat. And I'm hoping that these 30 units will reposition and remaneuver themselves. And all we need to do is make our way over, and we should be good to go. Alright, this is definitely looking dangerous, and our light tanks are definitely going to have to assist us. Going all the way to roads. Trying to, there's probably only 1 or 2 units here, and that's the crazy part. But they're definitely doing some damage. I hope we don't lose Istanbul. I don't think we would, but just to be safe. I see that we could probably move down and take this river. We have 3 military factories. Once again, might as well get more support equipment. But yeah, we're definitely getting some really strong equipment here. But the production efficiency is just going to be awful. Alright, I'm looking around the map. We've definitely got some nice fortifications inside Danzig. I am happy about that. Should I go ahead... And we've already lost our radar station, so I would absolutely like to take that back. I don't even know where it would be. I thought it was in this province. But it is around here. It's in this province. There it is. You can see the rotating radar dish. So, what we need to do... I'm expecting this infantry equipment to go the opposite direction. Man, I would like some light tanks right now, but they're obviously all being utilized. Well, if we could somehow shut down Italy, things should go in our favor. Alright, we are doing well. Danzig is ours, Prussia is ours, and Memel is ours, though we need to go ahead and improve our defensive capabilities. And we're building those up. We're trying to have a good time, I guess. Recon companies have been unlocked. Let's go ahead and unlock the third variant of recon companies. And so from what I expect, all of our defensive capabilities are going to skyrocket. Though I feel like we have too many units on our northern frontier. What is this? Oh, wow! Okay, so let's do this. I am now taking all of these units, and actually, I could just expand this front line. Oh, no. What is happening? So I deleted the front line initially, and I just want to verify that all 202 units are going to make their way into this line, which they should. They are going to rotate around, and I'm hoping this will definitely be the, the little bump we needed. I want to cross this river. I don't know if it's a good plan. We could certainly try. But if I could somehow take Thrace, I would be very happy. Do we want to go ahead and get construction repair as our national focus? I think we do. And the reasoning behind that is we're going to get a bunch of free construction repair. So, obviously, it makes a bunch of sense. I see we have a lot of extra troops here. Finally, everybody's making their way to where they need to be. I would love to take the rest of this province. Let's try it. If we could somehow push these units back... I know Italy's probably has service by requirement right about now. It says we're still losing a bunch of infantry equipment, 64 days, and it's probably going the opposite direction. Alright, just in case you're going to push that way, it looks like we are going to take this small province, or at least try to, because we are winning in both facets. Alright, now you all will move in. If we can make it in time. Alright, so now that we have all of these extra units, I saw like 20 troops, but now they're all gone. I wonder if we could try to push on in a bunch of different areas. And it says we're winning these fights, but I'm not sure if we're repelling them or what. We have units with no air missions. Ooh. I see that we have this giant airfield with 600 planes. So let's go ahead and throw on about 500 planes here. And we'll do some air superiority. Oh, I see. So these are all carrier-based. And I'm fine with that. As long as Vladivostok did not get conquered, and it did. Vladivostok did get conquered. Was not really expecting that. I thought we would hold out for longer than that. You need to go in. You guys need to go here. I'm going to be upset if we can't conquer this. Can you go here to push? We are literally fighting from 3 different angles, and it's saying that we are not going to be successful here. It doesn't make sense. This is literally ridiculous. We are fighting from so many different angles, and now our fleet is definitely taking damage. Actually, I think we could probably defeat the Japanese. We have some carriers. We have some... Yeah! We are doing a bunch of damage. We sunk some ships. The sad part is the infantry equipment is going the opposite direction, but we're doing well. Alright, we are now going to try to push back and reconquer this territory. So all of you will go in, all of you will go in and just continue the push. I would like these guys to push in as well. Hungary demands Voldogina. And I would absolutely like to reconquer that radar station. That would make things a heck of a lot easier. But I think the tides have finally turned in our favor. Now that we have improved our infantry units almost as much as possible, we're about to get even more support equipment, which is going to be very useful. I would probably like to go ahead and get better field hospitals. And the reasoning for that is we would save up a lot of experience, so people would not really lose... well, first off, we would save troops, which we don't really need, but we would also save a bunch of experience. You need to go in. Everybody needs to march up to this river. And we're doing a lot better. We're taking back some provinces. I see that we've just secured an airfield. You're going to go in. I don't know if this exactly is going to be successful, because we're moving in with mountaineers. Alright, we now have better infantry anti-tank weapons. I would like to get logistics companies. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and get logistics companies. The supply usage will definitely be significantly less. Still waiting for the production of infantry equipment to finally spring forward to where it needs to be. Oh, and it looks like we have stopped actually producing military factories, so that needs to change. Yeah, our economy is definitely dwindling. Alright, well, we are going to end this episode, so thank you all for joining me. Hope you all have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.